Hello and welcome to the channel. Right, because I should have planned ahead. Why is the interior light on? Why? It's because you bashed it with something. Right. We are in ASDA now. There's loads of stuff in the back of the car, so it's just a total guess. Just it's other people. There is a freaking barrier there. So I've got parking sensors. Well, it's very dangerous in here. You know, it could easily bash your car. I've never really liked multi-storey car parks. I think they're a disaster for cars. You know, not a good idea. Here we are. Have to turn left. Right, so ASDA, I've just been at ASDA Falkirk, and there's a general feeling of, I suppose it's of misery, which is just you go into a store and you can get a feel for it. You know, you can just go in there. What do you think it is? So it's like there's definitely a vibe, you know, like, so in this case, am I going the wrong way? No, that's no entry down there. There's a vibe, you know, a vibe of misery. I'm in the right lane, yeah, that car on the left is not. They obviously, well, maybe that. Who knows? Right? Yeah, there's a vibe of disappointment, in Falkirk. So when you go into ASDA, you can get a feel for that as well. So obviously they're there to make money, so they put stuff in there for sale, you know, and you go in there and there's like areas that are sort of empty, you know. You say, well, what do you mean? Well, there's no. Is that camera they were talking about? Somebody was talking about a camera. There's a general feel of just, there's no vibrance about the place, ASDA oh, here we are. There's Rosebank roundabout. Rosebank roundabout. There's a feeling of disappointment and misery. Cameron. So Sunday afternoon, it seems quite busy, doesn't it? Yeah. Is that where the crematorium is? Up on the right? I was looking at a house. So I was going to buy a house down there on the right. It was called Falkirk, but it was actually Camelin, really. I was thinking about going down there, actually. Let's go down there. Why is it so friggin' busy here? What's that Nissan doing sitting there? Naylor Road. It's quite good down here, doesn't it? Aye. Oh, quite a nice house there. I take it this is a dead end. Oh, we're going to the bridge. Falkirk Crematorium, Camelin. Where's this go? Where the fuck? Caldhame Farm. That's an original name for a farm. And I've got a barrier there, I've got Harris fencing. Caldhame Farm. Oh, my car's going to need washing. Is a crematorium open? Is there a remembrance thing or something up there? Aye, probably. Well, I think I should go home. I'm not exactly sure where that house was that I was going to look at. I looked at it that much. I think it must be on the right. But you know what? We'll leave it to another time. For some reason it's busy up on the right. We'll just take a left. There's Rosebank. There's the distillery. We're now in Falkirk. I'm sorry if it's a bit jiggly. The other one's going wonky and blah blah blah. My equipment is failing to meet up to expectations. You could put it that way. In other words, it's all fact. It's had it. It's no use. It's done. You need new stuff. Blah blah. Merch is in round a bit. That looks like a Zafira GSI up there. The distance blue one. I mean, they did get sort of wrecked. You know. Finding one that's in good conditions is probably difficult. Well, what we could talk about judgmental people. It's always disappointing. You come across somebody who's judgmental. What does that mean? Well, it means that they judge you, and the fear. Well, it's a fear. It's a form of fear, I suppose. So come across this guy that has behaved a bit odd towards me. And I'm trying not to take it on board, like don't. When I say take it on board, I mean not to visit the negative emotions. So it's not like it's not my head that's doing it. So it's always disappointing when you come across somebody that doesn't like you, you know, which is basically what it is. And it's always sort of tricky. So the behavioural patterns and stuff, and how you deal with their behaviour. So I'm not particularly good at dealing with. So it's like dealing with people who I know the warning signs are all there that there's something going on, you know. Right. So, but I was talking to this lady, a friend of mine that I cared about today, and she was talking about her experiences with her neighbour, right? And she explained some of the things she said to her neighbours in specific scenarios. So you got specific scenarios that normally involve fences, you know. So really what the problem is you get a lack of so if you're living next door to somebody, there's got to be what's okay, what's legal. So you can't sort of make up things because you don't like what your neighbour's doing. You can't like report them if it's not illegal, you know. Or you can see things that maybe aren't up to your standards or what you think your standards are. But anyway, so this lady in where she lives, I think it's Kirkatilic or somewhere down that way, and so she talked about how she sorted out her neighbours, but to me she had explained it wrong. She'd done it wrong. She's told them never to speak to her again and stuff like that, or to this guy. You know, that is not winning. You know, so like you're getting put into a game that you don't. You know, we're talking about how to deal with narcissistic behaviour. So you're getting put into a game that you don't want to play. So I don't want to play this game, and so it's the judgmental behaviour is, it's really, you know, that's fine, isn't it, really? If you want to be judgmental, yeah, what's it got to do with me, you know? I was looking at that roundabout there, and I've never been on that roundabout. Probably because it's actually quite awkward parking. If there's somewhere nearby to park, I'd probably go on it. They look like there could be trees or something. Well, there's trees in it. So it's not my fault, say somebody doesn't... They find that my lifestyle doesn't meet with their expectations. You know. So what I would say to them is, well, it's none of your business, my lifestyle, but I don't have to explain it. You know. So you can make, when judgmental, you can say, oh well, that person there, you know, they don't work for a company, so therefore there must be something going on, you know. You don't have a proper job. That's what it is, right? So it's like, well, you know, you don't have a proper job. Do you know, the workplace, every single topic like that, the workplace has changed so much over recent years. You know, I think we really need to rethink it all. Your opinions on whether people have a job or not are a bit out of touch. And then there's like, what do they do? You know, could be something that's frowned upon. I don't know what examples I mean. Work in a massage parlour. Yeah. But yeah, I mean, I don't think there's anything wrong with that, you know. I don't work in a massage parlour, right? But if I did, it's fuck all to do with anybody else but me, isn't it? You know? So it's like, do you work in a massage parlour? No, I don't. So there's... Really, we're talking about dealing with narcissists. So the subject matter, well, the media that I watch teaches me how to deal with that. And that's because I don't know how to deal with them. You know? So you've got to be honest about it and say, I just don't know how to deal with this fucking weirdo, right? He's doing this, that and other, or saying these things, and he's done this, that and other. So it's really how to navigate these things without becoming part of a battle, like a war that you don't want to be in. You know, I'm being invited to join in a war. No, I'm not joining in. But there's certain things happen, as in, you know, when Germany invaded Poland, right? So, you know, the Americans decided they had to get... Now, where was it? No, that was Pearl Harbor. Sorry, Britain. Great Britain had to declare war with Germany. Because Hitler says, I'm no going in... Well, I'm trying to... I'm not... No. We'll do it in it. Imagine Hitler was from Aberdeenshire. I'm not going to invade Poland. Honest, I'm not going to bother doing that. And then he goes and does it, right? So it's like, you fucking liar. You fucking lying bastard. So now we're at war. What's that got to do with what you're talking about? I don't know. Right, so when people... It's important to play this game. So, I've just admitted I'm in the game. I can't help it. I've been put in this game, I've got to play it right. So how do I play it right? Well, you don't shout, you don't swear, you know. You play it cool and calm. And you've also got to be patient. So I think what my friend explained to me, because I was being polite with her, I didn't turn and say, look, you made the right fucking arse of that, actually, what you've just described. I don't think she's necessarily... She was saying that she's quick thinking, because I'm not quick thinking. I don't say things, appropriate things, quickly. As that's what I mean by not being quick thinking. She says she does, but some of the things that she told me she said to her neighbour, to me, were going to cause trouble, you know. So you shouldn't say things like, don't ever speak to me ever again, because what you're saying is, I'm not capable of forgiving you, you know. So you've got to sort of follow the Christian doctrine, or is that the word? No, morals. You know, you've got to follow some kind of standards. But you've also got the situation that I'm in. I've got this person who doesn't appear to have any empathy. Seems to be there's something not right about his head, right? Is, you know, how he's thinking. There's something wrong, and he's probably got through his life not really having to face. Well, he hasn't had to face up to it. No, he hasn't. So is it going to be me? Do I make people face up to their demons? Is it me? Well, why should it be me? But if it has to be me, it'll be me then. So it's like, bring it on then. If you want to have a battle, they've already declared war on me. There's people that I'm not mentioning who they are, but they have, and that specific actions. So there's little microaggressions don't necessarily mean war, but like in this thing with my ex did something. It doesn't mean that it doesn't mean I hate my ex or anything, right? It doesn't mean that. It just means that you crossed a line that means I cannot have anything to do with you, you know, any more than just saying hello and walking past. So that, there's nothing wrong with that, you know. That's for your own safety, because they did something which put your safety at risk with their careless behaviour or deliberate narcissistic behaviour. In my ex's situation, she put me in a situation where I was at her place and I wasn't wanted there, and that's because my children live there, and that's why I was invited. Well, that's why I've been going there, been invited there over several years. But then she somehow decided that she didn't want that to continue, so she engineered a situation where I potentially could have got myself done for drunk driving. So that is very dangerous. I'm not ever going to get in a situation like that again, you know. So there's a lot of dangerous people out there, and the thing about the neighbour thing, how to deal with narcissists, dealing with them. How do you deal with narcissists? Well, don't expose them. Oh, look at that. What were they? What the fuck were these things? You see them? What were they? Ferrets. They were ferrets. That was ferrets, wasn't it? So basically, the got to play clever. I know I get emotional about things, and I think about things I want to do, and anger and everything, and rage. Don't actually do it. And that's maybe that I fear my own self. I can't control myself. I think it's got a lot to do with looking into the future, where you've got to know about the past. And a judge said that to my ex in Stonehaven Sheriff Court. He said, I can tell by the past what might happen in the future. all that stuff's all irrelevant now. It doesn't really matter. It's over. You know, the stuff that happened. It was when the kids got taken off her because her boyfriend was beating her up, and I had to take the kids, which was something I wanted to do, but then we had to go to court because I got custody of the children. But in the long run, it didn't really work. So that's another story. So it's when you come in. What I really taught me here, and I'm trying not to say who it is, because they could be watching this video and listening to it for all I know, is that don't underestimate people. So this guy in particular, I know he's a man, right? I've been told who he is, and I know who he is. He's underestimated me and how I've got to where I am, you know, and he just thinks it's going to be a walk in the park. Well, he's wrong, and I can't really warn him because you can't do that. That sounds like egotistical or something, or like a threat. But it's best to get on with people, you know, and it's best to think about other people's needs and how your needs can affect them. I suppose at the end of the day they'll say, well, we don't approve of what you do, but that's not on the table, you know. Say like whatever it is that I do. Bear in mind, you have a right to pursue what you want to pursue. If it doesn't bother people, and if you're the type where strange little things bother you, then that's your problem, you know, isn't it? So it's been a bit of a jiggly ride for you. Thanks for hanging on in there. We did get to see the ferret, so I'll have a look at that and see what it looks like, see if the camera picked them up. I'm going to get home and get the shopping away. I think the thing is, you've got to love everyone, I suppose, but recognise that some people are a danger, you know. They're a danger to you, and they've shown that by some of the things they've done to you. You know, if they've shown that, I mean, they think they're clever or something, and they think that you don't know, but you do know. You know, and you've got to, because I've navigated my life so far, and it's like, well, how have you managed to survive the way you are, what you've got? And it didn't happen just for nothing, you know. It happened for a bit of effort, you know, a bit of dedication. So, you know, I think maybe in sometimes in life, maybe I have been put here to you know, maybe it is my role to, what do I mean? Well, to right the wrongs. Maybe it's me, maybe I'm the one that these types see and they don't like. They think I'm ugly. I didn't mean that as in ugly, as in how I look. Ugly as in my existence and my lifestyle, everything does not concur with their ideals of. And look at some of the people going about, and because actually I'm quite conservative in a lot of ways, but not good enough for them though, is it? Because you've got to be heteronormative. When you look at some of the druggies and everything that's going about, and people that don't work, don't do anything, you know, they're wasters, absolute waste of space. And there's me, I'm doing my best. I'm not really bothering anyone, apart from them, but that's their fault. My existence is bothering them. So, right, so that's that. I've been yabbling on about that for a while, and I've been really vague. But anyway, my friend Heather, see, she's married. She's got a man as well. Like, he took a stroke. Now, because you might be asking, well, why didn't Heather's man sort out this neighbour problem? That's because he took a stroke. He's maybe not, he's not up to it. That's what happens when people get older. That's also why you should be respectful towards people, in case you do land up, you know, disabled or more vulnerable than what you were. So anyway, thanks for watching. Like, share and subscribe. We'll get you in the next video. Bye!